For most of his career, Brad Pitt lived beneath a glare so bright it blurred out the truth of the man behind the screen. And while the world saw the movie star, the flawless face, the red carpet romances, the carefully framed magazine covers, what few understood was that Brad carried a private story he rarely let anyone hear. A story he finally spoke about after years of silence, when he admitted that among all the women who crossed his life, one left a mark he never fully shook. Before the fame, before the chaos, he was simply William Bradley Pitt. Born on December 18, 1963 in Shawnee, Oklahoma, raised in a traditional Christian household, with a father who ran a trucking company and a mother who counseled old struggling students. And when the family settled in Springfield, Missouri, he grew up loving debate, sports, theater, and the open sunlit landscapes he later described as Mark Twain country. Never imagining he would one day abandon the University of Missouri, only 2 credits from graduating, to drive to Los Angeles in 1986 with nothing but determination, working odd jobs like chauffeuring limousines, hauling appliances, and sweating inside a chicken costume, just to afford acting classes that eventually led him from forgettable television appearances to his breakout moment in 1991's Thelma and Louise, where a brief role as the magnetic drifter, JD transformed him into Hollywood's newest obsession and introduced him to a world where fame did not make love easier, but far more fragile. Before the madness, he fell deeply for Juliette Lewis when they met in 1989. 2 young actors swept up in a passionate, messy, fearless relationship that he later admitted was one of the greatest he ever experienced, even though youth, pressure, and Juliette's own struggles slowly unstitched them. Then came Gwyneth Paltrow, whom he met on the 1994 set of Seven, a woman who brought him stability, ambition, intelligence, and calm, someone he felt so connected to that he called her the love of my life at the Golden Globes in 1996 before proposing later that year, only for the engagement to end in 1997 because, as Gwyneth later confessed, she was too young and overwhelmed to marry, a breakup that quietly devastated Brad and even broke the heart of her father, Bruce Paltrow, who believed Brad would have been the perfect partner for his daughter. And although he eventually found comfort in partnership with Jennifer Aniston, marrying her in a Malibu ceremony in 2000 that the world celebrated as Hollywood perfection, the pressures of their careers, conflicting desires about family, and the emotional distance created by Brad's intense roles led them to separate in 2005. Split made more painful by his growing connection with Angelina Jolie during Mr. Plaz and Mrs. Smith, a relationship that turned into a global phenomenon as they built a family of 6 children, humanitarian legacies, and a public empire that ultimately collapsed in 2016 after a plane flight incident sparked allegations, investigations, and a years-long custody battle that left both of them exhausted. Through all of this, Brad eventually reflected that Juliette taught him passion, Jennifer gave him safety, Angelina brought fire and turbulence, but Gwyneth was the one he never truly stopped carrying, the love that slipped away quietly, not through betrayal or resentment, but through timing, and the one he now admits shaped him in ways he didn't understand until it was gone, proving that even a man the world sees as untouchable can still be haunted by the one love he wasn't ready to lose.